Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside Truist Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Game 2 of a 3-game weekend homestand for the Carolina Disco Turkeys, coming off what can only be described, Graham, as an electric win last night.
Oh, electric is exactly what it was. Down and out it seemed, and the Disco Turkeys claw their way back into it, inning by inning, hit by hit, until they finally came out on top, bottom of the 11th, and Caleb Smith the hero.
We'll recap it for you as best we can. In the middle of the 7th inning, this was at the 7th inning stretch, this was a 9-3 ball game. Slowly but surely, as we work our way into the game day gobble here, our pregame show here on the Disco Turkeys YouTube channel, 9-3 in the 7th inning stretch. Slowly but surely, the Disco Turkeys were able to chip their way away at the Pony lead. 9-3, then 9-5, then 9-7, then at the end of the 9th, 9-9. Now keep in mind, in the Textile League, first and second base runners in extra innings.
And we didn't know that until last night.
We had no idea. Ponies score 3 in the top half of the 10th. Disco Turkeys do that one better, tie it in the bottom half, leave the winning run at third, get a huge third out of the inning from D. Hawthorne in the top of the 11th, and in the bottom half, your good friend Caleb Smith, the hero.
And, yeah, just a great sacrifice fly out to right field. And, you know, you don't want to discredit the double steal, the lead off the bottom of the 11th. People are forgetting about that.
Right.
It was the speedster, I believe it was Tubbs,
that was
on second base when the bottom of the 11th started. And on the very first pitch of the bottom of the 11th, a double steal, and Tubbs takes third. And that set it up. I believe that the inning started. There was one out that was recorded before Smith. I think it was Tharp that struck out to start the bottom of the 11th, and then Smith with the sacrifice fly to bring it in. And it was a marathon is what it was, the game last night. Over 4 hours from first pitch to the final run. Would say the final out, but ending on a walk-off. No better way to open the homestand here at Truist.
No better way for the first home game here in the history of this franchise at Truist Stadium. As you said, a marathon last night, which brings us into this next topic. That was the Ponies' first game of the season. They used pretty much their entire depth pitching-wise in that game last night. As a result, both teams have agreed to go 7 innings here this evening.
And I think that's the best thing for both sides, and, you know, us in the booth as well. As, you know, it was such a thriller to call last night's game, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit tired at the end of it. And
I'm running on 4 hours of sleep
here. Oh, absolutely.
Here, so.
And we've got another game tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. against the Statesville Owls. Make sure you guys come out for that one as well. But that's one thing I'm looking for here in this one is that Martinsville and Carolina both are down to the bottom of the barrel in their pitching, you know, their depth situation. And so they're going to have to be very careful to make sure that they're finding the zone, and that kind of leads me into my keys to the game. That's number one. You've got to pound the zone if you're Carolina.
That was the problem last night, especially for Macy Plum. Walked 7 in just that 2 1/3 innings.
It really was, and you've got to pound the zone early and often if you're the Carolina pitching staff tonight. You need to make sure that you're not wasting pitches, and because their depth is very, very poor in the bullpen right now. And until some of their new ads come, it's going to be that way for a while.
You and I wondered in between innings off and on why Martinsville stuck with their starter for so long last night. Despite,
and this is why.
And that's exactly why, because they pretty much have nobody else at this point.
And that's probably why Martinsville hasn't played yet this season, is because they are missing pitching depth, and they didn't want to get into a situation where they were letting the same guys get knocked around, throwing people's arms out. And so here we are. You know, first weekend in June, and Martinsville is playing their first games this weekend. Greensboro still hasn't played a game yet. So it's just going to take a couple of guys coming into these new teams, filling out their roster, getting the pitching staff and rotation all the way filled out, and then we'll be able to get things going here in the Textile League. And I'll let that transition, not so smoothly, but into the second key to the game for Carolina for me. It's staying clean in the field. One of the reasons that Carolina was able to stay in the game last night is because they were clean in the field. They did not make many errors, only
something
one.
That's a big change for the first
It has been a huge change. Errors and walks have come back to bite the Disco Turkeys in almost every game so far this year. Only one error made last night for Carolina as opposed to 3 for the Ponies of Martinsville, and that ultimately ended up being the difference. Only 8 of the 13 runs scored by the Disco Turkeys last night were earned. And so it'll be costly if the Disco Turkeys can't stay clean in the field. And my third key to the game today is to stay safe on the bases. You can't get yourself into situations where you're making unnecessary outs on the base paths. Get on base, stay there. If you get stranded, oh well, what are you going to do about it? But you've got to make sure that you're not running yourself out of a situation where you could be in place to score.
Grand player to watch here this evening.
I think it's got to be Logan Conklin for Carolina, number 6. He's playing second base today as opposed to catcher, I believe. I apologize. He's catching tonight. He was at second base last night, and Conklin, the last time we saw him behind the dish, was against the Locos in Thomasville, and he had a heck of an arm back there. Threw out 3 guys in the same game, and Martinsville's not going to want to run on him, so you got to watch for him in the field. And he's also carrying in a 5-game hitting streak. He's gotten a hit in all 5 games for Carolina so far this year. See if he can extend it to 6.
There are loud noises whenever that kid steps to the plate, and as you said, last time out for him behind the plate Tuesday night, looked very Yadier Molina, Pudge Rodriguez-esque back there, playing the backstop about as well as you possibly could in that ball game. We'll bring you back after the national anthem for our starting lineups. First pitch on Saturday night Disco Fever from Truist Stadium shortly. Back here at Truist Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck as Martinsville Ponies and Carolina Disco Turkeys get set for the final game of their two-game set here of a three-game weekend homestand for Carolina. First, the starting 9 for the Martinsville Ponies. Time for your starting lineups presented by Foothills Brewing. Try Foothills Great Craft Beer and Coffee in their 3 Triad locations. Find out more at foothillsbrewing.com. Starting 9 first for the Ponies, that'll be Josh Jones out of James Madison University, whose softball team in the semifinals of the Women's College World Series. Hunter Hutchins bats second wearing number 1. Ben Noe hits third wearing 26. Michael Morrison hits in the cleanup spot. Bosinger will hit in the 5 hole. Clark hits in the 6 hole. O'Dur 7, Shitwood 8. Brady 9, and Matt Rivers on the mound for the Ponies. Starting 9 for the homebound Disco Turkeys. Dion Tubbs, the speedster, leads things off wearing number 3. Dane Stewart hits in the 2 hole. Hunter Cooler 3rd. Logan Conklin hits cleanup. Trey Newman hits in the 5 hole. Dino Tharp hits 6th. Caleb Smith 7th. Brock Beber 8th. And Jalen Davis 9th. And as you see on the mound, Nick McKetton for the Disco Turkeys this evening, Graham.
And it's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm interested to see Jeff Davis back in the lineup as a designated hitter. He's been stroking the ball well, limited opportunities just because of the loaded outfield that the Disco Turkeys have on their roster right now. But he's been good when we've seen him so far, and it'll be good to see him back in the lineup. And I have to think that the reason that he's the designated hitter instead of Christian Ezel is because Ezel is one of the reserve pitchers on tap for the Disco Turkeys tonight. So haven't seen him on the mound so far this season. We're going to get a lot of new looks at this Disco Turkey team.
You remind you, 7-inning game unless something changes from what we were told beforehand. Logan Conklin has the purple shin guards going tonight.
Match my suit.
I don't think that's what he was going for.
No,
but
not at all. Probably not. To be fair, I wasn't trying to match with him either.
It's hard to match with him in many regards to this point, as well as that gets played. So, nonetheless, Nick McKedden towing the rubber. Josh Jones steps into the right-handed batter's box, taps home plate. McKedden into the windup, and the first pitch of Saturday Night Disco Fever on the outside corner, strike 1. First pitch time, 8:05 in the Twin City.
And if you'll recall, key to the game was pound the zone. And
right there.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Good changeup right there, 0-2. Staying away here from Jones, who, as we saw last night, can pull the ball and pull it hard. 0-2. Breaking ball down on the way. Tried to get him to go fishing. He didn't bite. 1-2.
And McKedden, the last time he pitched this season, was a not-so-great start against Martinsville, this time the Mustangs.
Working quickly. Fastball tails away again. Count even, 2-2. Two from McKedden. Grounded foul off the, I believe Jones hit that off his inner leg. And he'll stay alive. Jones, as we said, the middle infielder from James Madison University in upstate Virginia. Another 2-2, breaking ball up and in, and that one did not at all do what McKedden wanted it to, and now from 0-2 to 3-2, things have gotten interesting in the opening at-bat of the ball game. Full count pitch. On the ground up the middle, that's going to get through for a base hit, and Jones, right off the hop, has the Ponies in business with a leadoff single.
Great piece of hitting there from Jones. He did exactly his job. Stroked that one back up the middle, worked the count pretty high, and a great leadoff for the Ponies.
7-pitch at-bat to begin the ball game. And something, as we saw them do with A.C. Plum last night, was get his pitch count up, and now Hunter Hutchins steps in. But first, to check on Jones at first, who for his size is a lot faster than he looks. Another thing we saw out of him last night. There's a reason he's in the leadoff spot, and that's it. First pitch to Hutchins in the dirt ball 1. McKedden from the stretch. 1-0 outside, 2-0.
And McKedden started off really hot, finding the zone early and often, and since he's not throwing too many strikes.
He's going to the complete opposite end of the spectrum as a throw over gets away, and Jones is going to get a free bag at second, make the turn halfway to third, and now he's going to get there as they fumbled it down in the right field corner in the bullpen, and a free 180 feet for Jones as he's now at third with nobody out.
Yeah, and if you're McKedden, you can't do that. Beber was not looking for it, and Jones wasn't even off the bag. There was no reason for that.
Jones had
throw.
already run back to the bag because McKedden had done everything but throw over there. Had turned and looked at him. There was no reason for McKedden to throw the baseball. A lapse in judgment, and as a result, a runner, the first run of the ball game, 90 feet away with nobody out. And a 2-0 count to Hutchins. The pitch. Hit hard to the right side. That should get the run home. The Turkeys will trade the out for the run. And an RBI ground out from Hutchins puts the Ponies in front 1-0.
Yeah, obviously not the way you wanted to start this one, but good to see McKedden getting ground balls. Able to get something for his infield behind him to work with. Good signs despite the errors that he's shown.
There's a good pitch on the inside corner. First pitch of the at-bat to Ben Noe for strike one. That one misses away, ball two. Noe, the first baseman from nearby Rockingham Community College. Swing and a miss on a good breaking ball, 1-2. Noe, a standout four-year player at McMichael High School in nearby Madison, North Carolina. As that's a fastball fouled back, he'll stay alive 1-2. One, two. Misses away again, 2-2.
Already 15 pitches for McKedden. Not the way he wanted to start this day for sure. Every plate appearance has gotten his count up.
And outside, and again, from ahead in the count, now to a full count, 3-2. Make that 17 already, or 16 already. Yes, 17 in this first inning. Full count pitch. Misses away, ball four, and a one-out base runner for Martinsville.
If this pattern continues, this could be a really long night for Carolina because they have got to make sure that they're able to keep their pitching rotation, available later on in the contest.
Fortunate for both sides, potentially, that this thing is only scheduled to go 7 innings. There's a fastball, good pitch on the outside corner for strike one, a Michael Morrison. The backstop this evening.
One probably more fortunate for Carolina as Statesville, their opponent on Sunday, has been pretty good so far this year.
Lost in walk-off fashion last night to the Boone Bigfoots, who got their first win in team history. We have a new lineup, we understand, from Martinsville. There have been a couple of changes.
I think it's just a number change, I believe. I think that Noe was wearing a different number than he was listed as. This is still Morrison at the plate, though.
Yeah, PA told us there was a new lineup, but that was definitely Noe wearing number 7, not O'Dare, as it was told to the ballpark on the public address, as that misses inside 1-2. Bowman Gray Stadium opening up racing down the road, but better baseball happening here this evening at Truist Stadium as a back pick throw to first by Conklin, not in time. To count even again, 2-2. And public address announcer Ken Winfrey able to correct the number change there. It is Morrison wearing 3 instead of 4 as he did last night. Fastball outside corner, got him looking.
Great showing there. from Morrison. He stroked the ball really well last night and also played pretty well behind the dish. But a good sign there for McKedden as he's able to get the punch out.
Lucas Bosinger out of Virginia Wesleyan University. Out of the 5-hole will hit now with a runner at first and 2 outs as McKedden looks to get out of what's been a fairly rocky start to the inning. Ground ball right side, first pitch swinging, ambush, base hit. Trying to make his way to third and stopping halfway there was Noe. And it'll be first and second with 2 outs on the opposite field base hit by Bosinger.
The middle of the lineup was the Achilles heel for the Carolina pitching staff last night as Newey, Morrison, Bosinger, the 3-4-5, all 3 of them were very successful in their attempts at the plate last night.
Addison Clark will step in now as that breaking ball is over the inside corner, strike 1. Clark, the utility outfielder, cadet from Virginia Military Institute, VMI. Swing and miss at a fastball upstairs, 0-2. And McKedden 1 pitch away at 26 of the inning from sweating his way out of the top half of the first. 0-2. Breaking ball, got him swinging. Good stuff from McKedden to work out of a potential jam. He limits the damage to just 1 on the RBI ground out from Hutchins. Turkeys to bat at Truist after this. Back at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, as you see in the center of your screen there, head coach Kurt Cabana has already broken out the leisure suit. Last night it took him a few innings to break it down and get the mojo going, but wasting no time heading over to the third base coach's box as Dion Tubbs ahead in the count 1-0, and that fastball on the outside corner from Matt Rivers evens the count at 1-1. Rivers, the two-way player, as a swing and a miss on a heavy fastball makes it 1-2. Rivers, the two-way third baseman, right-handed pitcher at a nearby Gardner-Webb University, worked quickly. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and a very, very quick strikeout on 4 pitches sits Tubbs down for the first out of the inning.
Quick pitching there. Harley didn't even know it was coming.
Rivers, also from nearby East Forsyth High School, who will be in the state semifinals Monday afternoon and evening. They'll be in the second game of the day there. First pitch to Dane Stewart, the Wake Forest product, misses outside 1-0. Couple of big hits for Dane last night as he hits the 1-0 on the ground to third. High hop, fielded well, throw on to first in time to get Stewart by a step, 2 down.
That's what you want to see from Stewart there, able to put the ball in play, keep getting solid contact on it. The hits are going to come. They have recently.
So 2 gone quickly in the first inning, and that brings up Hunter Cooler, another D1 product out of Davidson College.
And for Henry Cooler, he's been on fire lately. See if he can keep going.
There's a good fastball over the inner half, strike one. Rivers wasting absolutely no time pounding the strike zone, and already here comes the 0-1, low and inside, ball one. Rivers already has the sign he wants. Here comes the 1-1. Misses down and in, breaking ball, bounced just in front of the plate, 2-1. Cooler, one of the better hitters in this lineup so far in the young season, hits that one in the air down the left field line, hooking and out of play onto the grass hill. Evens to count at 2-2, with 2 down in the first half for the Turkeys.
Yeah, the Turkeys have gotten into their stride pretty late in the contest recently.
Sinking fastball got Cooler swinging, and a quick 1-2-3 inning of just 11 pitches for Rivers and the Ponies, who come to bat with a 1-0 lead in the second. Next. Back in the 3-3-6, Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Disco Turkey baseball, 1-0 lead for the Martinsville Ponies, the visitors on this Saturday evening in early June. Nick McKedden back on the mound. And Nick O'Dare in the box to lead things off for Martinsville, who fouls the first pitch back to the screen for strike one.
And O'Dare was lethal in the lineup last night. Had a stellar night at the plate and before getting pulled as Martinsville in their first game was trying to feel out their lineup. And he was having a heck of a night at the plate.
One to remember for sure last night is that pitch all the way to the backstop. Conklin won't even worry about trying to snag that out of the dirt, as all they'll do is even the count at 1-1. O'Dare back in the box. McKedden into the windup, the 1-1. Breaking ball hung a little bit, but McKedden flew the front side open and pulled it foul, 1-2. Both starters working quickly here early on as now time is called. And the foul ball actually ricocheted off the bullpen mound, off the sidewall, and then into fair territory. Now we're ready for the 1-2. Fastball outside corner, just missed. Good take, 2-2.
That's a great spot for McKedden there. Just on the outside of the zone, trying to get him to chase something he can't hit. Good spot one way or the other.
2-2. That one a little bit further outside and lower, and the count again full, 3-2. Already the third full count in just the first inning.
And a third.
And a third if he gets the out. 3-2. That's hit to the right side and foul up into the Flow Club down the right field line above the first base dugout. And Big AC Plum will deliver some more baseballs to our home plate umpire, last night's starter for Carolina. Out of Rice University of the American Athletic Conference. 3-2 from McKedden. Misses just off the outside corner, ball 4, and a leadoff walk to O'Dare, who had a pretty good grinded out at bat to get on base to lead off the second.
This is already 35 pitches. This next pitch will be the 35th for McKedden.
Same,
not what you want to see.
Same MO as last night. If you're Martinsville, you get the pitch count up, get the walk rate up. McKedden again, a throw over to first base, and
You want to be careful.
almost threw it away again. Because again, it looked like Beber was not at all expecting that throw over. It's not that O'Dare has a huge lead to begin with, as now that one gets to the backstop, and O'Dare will get to second base with nobody out. One thing I'm seeing here right now, Graham, McKedden, especially on the slider, if he tries to go to that left-handed batter's box, whether it's to a lefty or a righty, it's breaking too far. Conklin can't pick it. And those are the pitches that have been going to the backstop 2 or 3 times so far.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're McKedden, you've got to get that breaking ball under control, something that a lot of pitchers for the Disco Turkeys have had a problem with so far.
Ground ball right side and just foul.
Unfortunately so.
Unfortunately so, as it would have been an out. It teetered on the line and then scooted over the right-hand side of the first base bag. Foul ball, count even 1-1. To Gavin Chitwood. Or Grayson Chitwood, excuse me, out of Ferrum College. Very good D2 program out of the state of Virginia. The 1-1. Inside and behind him. And nope, actually that clipped him on the back of the jersey. So now first and second with nobody out on a walk and a hit by pitch. 2 runners on without a hit recorded. And traffic for the Ponies.
It's free bases. You can't give those up. It's the simplest thing in baseball. You can't walk people, you can't make errors, and you can't hit batters. If they're going to hit the ball, you let them hit the ball. You can live with that, but you cannot keep giving up free base runners. That's how you lose ball games.
Chitwood's teammate at Ferrum College, it's Justin Brady who will step in. Into the left-handed batter's box wearing number 2 in blue. First pitch to him, foul tipped. Strike 1.
It's a good adjustment from McKedden, able to get back into count, able to throw a strike, start things off on the right side of the count.
Important to be ahead in the count, something he's been so far, but found a way to get behind later on in at bats. 0-1 on the ground, off of Brady's body. 0-2.
This would be a big out for McKedden if he can get it here. Double play in possibility too. Triple play.
Well, wouldn't that be something if the Disco Turkeys could pull that out of their hat? Oh, 2. Inside and behind him, and now that nullifies the double play. 2 in scoring position, nobody out.
Just kept my mouth shut.
Unfortunately, there's no wood to knock on in the broadcast booth.
We'll work on that.
If Logan Conklin breaks another bat, can we just ask for a shard of it and use it as our superstitious piece?
Should have picked up the shard that was broken when we were in Thomasville on Tuesday.
That's true. There were a lot of them. 1-2. On the ground, foul off the mask of our home plate umpire.
Thought that one might have.
I thought it caught Conklin at first, and then I saw a visceral reaction from our home plate umpire, who appears to be all right.
Again, 41 pitches for McKedden now. Doesn't have an out in the second inning yet, and nobody up in the pen.
Not even through a third of the second inning, and again, already above the 40-pitch plateau. You get halfway to 100 pitches before you get out of this inning, barring a miracle. 1-2. Inside, 2-2.
Now that's what you want to see from the breaking ball. Almost got him to bite. Didn't quite.
You saw the hips and the knees buckle just a tad. You could tell he wanted to.
Hands didn't go with it, though.
With back control. 2-2. On the ground right side. Fair ball down the right field line. That'll get into the corner and score 2. It'll take a wild hop off the bullpen fence. Brady into second will stop there. And it's a 3-0 lead for Martinsville in the second.
Good piece of hitting there from Brady. Able to get that 2 RBI double. And already in trouble. McKedden, not what you want to see.
Back to the top of the order now. And Josh Jones. Runner at second with nobody out. Breaking ball misses away. Ball 1. Well, if there's one thing we know about this Disco Turkey squad, it's that a deficit can be made up after last night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Never count this team out.
0-1 pitch. Hits sky high into center field. Tubbs has a read on it. Comes in shallowly. Makes the play. 1 out.
And a sigh of relief from Truist Stadium as finally an out is recorded here in the second.
Good pitch up in the zone that time. Got Jones to uppercut on it. That'll bring in Hutchins, who had the RBI ground out his first time up.
Second time in as many games that the Ponies have already gotten to the top of their lineup in the second inning for the second time around.
In the air to right. Maybe playable down the line. Nope, it'll go just out of play for strike 1.
I'd love to see McKedden show some command on the fastball.
Now back pick to second. Good ideas. Brady was leaning. The pitch missed inside. No, I believe did they call that a strike? It's showing on the scoreboard as a strike, but the umpire just said 1-1. I was going to say, there's no way. Unless Angel Hernandez was behind the plate, then it might be a strike. 0-2. Misses just off the outside corner, 1-2.
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, good point. Again, I was looking at the scoreboard for the count. McKedden checks on the runner at second from the stretch. That hit again down the right field line, a bit further out of play this time, and that will even the count now at 2-2. 3-0 lead for Martinsville. Brady stands at second, still 1 out. It's a big first out from get Jones to fly out. You got to get 2 more. 2-2 from McKedden. Breaking ball up and in, count full, 3-2.
That's the 50th pitch of the day already.
Halfway to 100 pitches, only through an inning and a third.
They obviously didn't hear my keys to the game, Brett. That's all it is.
Do we just need to get you a megaphone from up here to just...
I think I need to be linked into the PA. I think that's what we need to do.
I'm sure we can finagle that. Hit again down the right field line, foul, and Hutchins putting together a pretty good at-bat here once again. It's one thing I'm noticing about this Ponies club is there's no give in any at-bat.
Oh, absolutely not. They like this Disco Turkeys team. Neither of them quit at all. These players are out there playing for themselves.
3-2. Hanging breaking ball, flared out to shallow left. That's a base hit. Brady rounds third. He'll come in to score easily. The throw goes into second, and it's 4-0 Ponies.
That's a good piece of hitting from Hutchins. Able to turn on the breaking ball, pull it into left field. Nobody able to get to it. right in between Smith and Tharp. There's nothing you can do about that from a defensive standpoint.
Hutchins has now driven in 2 of the 4 on the day. And Ben Noe steps in. Pitch from McKedden, runner goes. Throw by Conklin down to second. Got him!
And the throw wasn't in time, but I think that Hutchins came off the bag a little bit.
That's what it looked like, and it was a good job by Caleb Smith to hold the tag on. As Conklin's throw, it looked like kind of fluttered a little bit in the air. Looked from the pop-up. Yeah, it looked from the pop time that it would have gotten there in time, but nonetheless, the out's the out. It's 0-1, now 2 down. That's hit into center field hard for a base hit, and Noe replaces where Hutchins was at first base with a 2-out knock, which will give Morrison an opportunity.
Yeah, same thing as Hutchins before him, just a good piece of hitting. Nothing you can do when they're hitting the ball like that. That's what you want, though. You don't want to be giving up free bases. If they're able to hit the ball around, so be it. But can't keep giving up free bases.
And make them put the ball in play.
Exactly.
That one misses outside. Throw down to first. Not in time. That was close. Well, Conklin is so quick when he gets up and in and out of the crouch.
Still nobody in the bullpen for Carolina. 55 pitches now for McKedden. There you go.
Over the inside corner, 1-1. Good tailing action on that one. One. Misses outside, 2-1. Conklin to look down to first to keep the runner honest. McKedden, the Windermere, Florida native.
It's the same high school as my roommate, Drew Disney. High Point University baseball product.
Short. Slowly hit ground ball to short. Caleb Smith flips to second for the force out. I had a stroke there, and that'll end the inning. Ponies get 3 in the top half of the second inning. Turkeys will try and chip into that lead when we come back. Back to Truist Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Bottom of the second inning, Logan Conklin leads things off for the Disco Turkeys, looking to get on the board. trailing 4-0. Time called by Conklin. Maybe trying to mess up Rivers' quick rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, he quick pitched his way to an 11-pitch inning in the first. Can't let him do that again.
Rivers into the windup. The first pitch to Conklin misses inside, ball 1. Conklin, a Muncie, Indiana native. Attendee of nearby Carolina University, as that's a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1.
We got a lot of teammates here from Carolina University as well.
Good fastball, same spot, same result, 1-2.
Yeah, you can't watch that same pitch in the same spot twice. You got to wave at it at least.
Rivers working quick again. The 1-2 on the ground. Back to him. He'll field, throw cleanly to first. A good stretch will get the out. Very, very good stretch over there by Chitwood.
And we saw Matt Rivers make a couple of throwing errors at third last night. He nearly made another one with a much shorter throw, this time from the mound.
And that will bring in Trey Newman. Just in his second day in Winston-Salem, and his second game as a disco turkey. First pitch to him on the outside corner, strike 1. Rivers is living with a fastball on the outside corner, and again, working very quickly. Misses outside, 1-1.
And if you're the disco turkeys, you got to step out of the box at least a little bit. You can't let him work like this.
Out of the box, call time. Slowly hit out in front of the plate, swinging bunt. Throw on to first, and Chitwood did indeed keep his left foot or his right foot, I should say, on the bag to record the second out of the inning.
He looked like he wanted to be a member of the disco turkeys the way he danced around the bag that time.
Did the job nonetheless. Dino Tharp will step in for the disco turkeys. Try and get a 2-out rally going. Rivers right back into the windup. The first pitch to Tharp on the outside corner, strike 1. Fastball misses just outside, 1-1.
Looks like Martinsville really wants to get out of town the way that they're pitching around these guys tonight.
After last night, they want to get a win and get the heck out of here after an 11-inning loss last night. Misses outside, 2-1.
And here's the comparison between Rivers and McKedden. Rivers has just now hit 21 pitches, nearly all the way through 2. McKedden's over 60.
2-1. Outside, 3-1. Part of me thinks if Brady would have caught that behind the plate, might have been able to steal the strike. That's on the ground up the middle. Bobbled at second. Throw to first, though, in time. Good recovery, and that'll end the inning. Ponies come back up with a 4-0 lead, and we'll try to add to that when we come back. Looking for an opportunity to promote your local business? Contact us today to become an official sponsor of the Carolina Disco Turkeys. Opportunities start at just $100 per season. To learn more, email sponsorships at discoturkeys.com. That's sponsorships at discoturkeys.com. Back inside Truist Stadium, Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Carolina Disco Turkeys baseball this evening as Nick McKedden back on the mound, misses with a fastball away, ball one. To Bosinger. Singled his first time up. 1-0 inside. Did he go around?
He definitely went around. There's no umpire over on third base to appeal to.
Just where the umpire pointed,
Come on
but
now, Blue.
it was pretty apparent he went around. 1-1 count. Breaking ball down on the way, 2-1. Pitch number 62 already for McKedden. The 2-1. Up and in again, and now it's 3-1. Misses inside, ball 4, and a leadoff walk.
Free bases. Cannot let them up. I'll sound like a broken record by the end of the night the way that this game's going.
Third walk already for McKedden. He's walked 3 now, hit 1 batter, and all 4 runs have been earned. If you make that 3 of the 4 earned, the 1 unearned came on the error. Technically unearned, even though it was McKedden's error.
And it was a base hit. They got him aboard.
So a Mickey Mouse unearned run, if you will. Technically should be earned, as that one misses outside, 1-1. McKedden now already up to 65 pitches, not even through 2 1/3. 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
And it seems like Carolina's content to just let him do his thing on the mound, whether or not it's getting results, because they want to save some of their pitching for tomorrow.
An important game tomorrow against Statesville that we'll have for you. Coverage beginning at 2:45 here on the Disco Turkey YouTube. First pitch, 3 o'clock. Gates here at the ballpark at 2:30. Count even, 2-2. The pitch swung on, fouled back to the screen, and the count stays even. To Clark, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. McKedden trying to fade the leadoff walk. From the stretch, a check on the runner at first. Pitch number 69 of the evening misses outside, and the count moves even now, 3-2.
Love to see a double play ball here.
3-2. Got him looking outside corner, strike 3. Picasso painted the fastball.
There's a bit of a delayed reaction from the home plate umpire. I heard the call.
I was getting ready to say
I saw it.
The audio of the call, the acoustics, much more demonstrative than the actual physical motion of strike 3. You could hear him call that all the way in Gastonia. Breaking ball in there for strike 1 on the first pitch to O'Dare, and a good start to the at-bat here. It's now a ground ball would really help. McKedden will step off momentarily. Back into the stretch. A check on the runner on the 0-1 pitch. Popped foul over top of our heads. 0-2. There's not a much better view for me and you, Graham, for this entire summer than right here in this broadcast booth, in this beautiful ballpark, and this beautiful skyline in downtown Winston-Salem. 0-2. Breaking ball, got him looking.
2 straight. Sheesh.
A knee buckler from McKedden. And very quickly here, 2 away on back-to-back backwards Ks. We'll bring in Grayson Chitwood, who made a couple of very fine, fancy footwork maneuvers at first base last inning to get 2 outs recorded. And that one's hit on the ground to third. Is it fair? No, it's foul, says the home plate umpire, 0-1.
Probably good that it was foul because
That would have been a knock right
sure.
there.
That's an infield base hit every day of the week.
Chitwood, no official at-bat for him yet. Hit by a pitch his first time up back in the second inning.
And they advanced to second on a wild pitch and was brought in on the double by Brady right after him.
Breaking ball, strike 2 on the outside corner. Good stuff.
Yeah, he's got his breaking ball working for him now. It took him a while to get into the swing of things, but he's definitely into it now.
Oh, 2 on the ground, slowly hit towards first. Play to be made, and the tag. Nicely done that time by Bryson Beber to end the inning.
And that is the way you work around a leadoff walk right there.
McKedden very nicely tiptoes around the leadoff walk, and the Turkeys will look to get their first base runner and hit, hopefully, in the bottom half of the third when we come back. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, Disco Turkeys trailing 4-0 as the crowd here on Saturday night, Disco Fever Night, enjoying the YMCA as Graham Tuck's high school teammate, Caleb Smith, fouls it back to the screen for strike 1.
Caleb, the hero last night, especially late in the game. A big RBI double.
Fastball catches the outside corner, strike 2, and that big RBI double, as you said, late in the game, and then the walk-off sac fly.
Of course. Can't forget that one.
0-2 in the dirt, good take. Ground ball is short, fielded on a hop. Throw to first is in time. It pulled Chitwood off the bag, but he was able to slap the tag on Smith to get the out.
Still looking for their first hit today. Somebody's going to break through.
At least
too much talent on this team.
At least a base runner would be nice at this point.
I would agree.
Forget the goose egg in the hit column. Just get some traffic here. 1 out for Bryce Beber as he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1.
And for Bryson Beber, his only appearance so far this year, I believe, was against the Martinsville Mustangs.
Rivers set the 0-1. Swing and a flare to the right side, and that'll get out of play, 0-2. Chitwood might have had a play on it. Just couldn't quite get there in time and might have had to sacrifice a few teeth to get there. And he made the wise business decision to let it go foul.
Again, quickly, Matt Rivers ahead in the count. Not what you want.
And the count and already working quickly. There's a line drive up the middle. Fielded on a hop throw to first. Not in time.
What a play that would have been.
I thought that was a guaranteed base knock up the middle, but what a play at second just to get a glove on it. Bennett Noe, I believe, is who made that play.
I couldn't tell you, but because we've got very, very limited rosters from Martinsville. But what a play out there at second.
Up and in ball one. It's Jeffrey Davis who stands in, who's been swinging a hot stick when he's been in the lineup. So Bever at first, one out. And that one misses outside to Davis. Count even 1-1. Excuse me, 2-0. And that one's on the ground to third. Could not be fielded on the short hop. It's booted at third, and everybody's safe. And Jeffrey Davis again finds a way to get on base. Sharing my alma mater of Reagan High School, who, as well as East Forsyth, will be in the state semifinals here in Kernersville on the campus of East Forsyth Monday afternoon. And now Dion Tubbs stands in, the leadoff man for the Disco Turkeys, behind the fastball, 0-1. Tubbs tied for third on this club in hits with 3.
Alone in third, rather. He's got 5 hits.
Good catch. And far and away the leader in stolen bases with 5 to everyone else's 1. Check on the runners by Rivers. Pitch misses inside. 1-2. Rivers again, first time he's been in the stretch all night. The 1-2 fouled off of Tubbs, and he'll shake it off and hop back in the box. Still alive at 1-2. Rivers set. Another 1-2. On the ground, up the middle, sliding stop at second. They'll get the force. And now a throw back to third. And Pepper somehow got back and was almost caught in a pickle. So they get the middle man. It's runners at the corners now with 2 out. Dane Stewart will step in. So score that as a fielder's choice. That would place Tubbs at first.
And it'll get Beber all the way to third.
Here the bottom half of the third inning. Tubbs on his way to second. No chance. Don't even try. Just don't worry about it. Give him second at this point.
7th stolen base on the year for Dion Tubbs. Nobody else on the team has more than 2. That is how fast that guy is. Hasn't been caught stealing yet either.
1-0 count. That's in the dirt. Blocked nicely, though, and Beber will head back to third, and Rivers will take a tumble behind, almost not behind home plate, in front of home plate.
But But more importantly, the count is 2-0 in favor of Dane Stewart.
Now you got two in scoring position. That's what happens when you get Dion Tubbs on base.
It's automatically a runner on second.
Dane Stewart, the Demon Deacon product, ahead in the count 2-0. Make that 3-0 as the slider misses in the dirt.
It looks like Rivers has gotten shaken up a little bit.
When he's not able to work as quickly
from the stretch.
You make it work from the stretch. Throws his timing off. 3-0. Misses high, ball 4, and the Turkeys have ducks on the pond with 2 down.
For Henry Cooler, no less.
Hitting third in the lineup for a reason. The left-handed hitting Davidson Wildcat. Hitting with one of the hotter sticks in this lineup, as we've talked about. That one is right on the outside corner for strike 1. And that pitch fouled back 0-2. And Rivers not even worrying about this stretch right now with the bases loaded and 2 outs, just trying to get the out. He's going back to the windup. Shakes off once, twice, now gets the sign he wants. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Rivers struts off the mound and works out of a big-time third-inning jam. The Turkeys leave him loaded. Ponies up to bat to begin the 4th after this. Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem as you get a look at Caleb Smith there, the Disco Turkey shortstop out of Atkins High School, home of the Camels. Graham Tuck's high school middle infield mate and current middle infielder at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, is Nick McKedden back to the mound. And the first pitch of the 4th inning misses inside, ball 1. It's Brady back up to the plate, who swings and misses for strike 1. Brady had that 2-run double his first at-bat back in the 2nd inning. 1-1. On the inside corner, good pitch, 1-2.
What a great spot. Good job to hit it by McKedden.
Target was inside, he hit it. 1-2. Breaking ball popped up into foul territory and out of play, and it'll be a souvenir.
That's good work there by McKedden.
Count still 1-2 for Brady, the Pony backstop this evening.
I'd expect another off-speed here.
That one fouled away once again.
Now look for him to go after Brady with either a fastball or try to pull the string on him with a changeup.
I think he's going to pull the string. He's throwing him 2 fastballs in a row, and he's fouled both of them off. 1-2. Breaking ball misses away. Count even 2-2. Two to Brady. Swinging a ground ball to the right side, foul, and it will remain 2-2. Up over 80 pitches now is Nick McKedden. Make that 83 on the night. Pitch number 84 on the way. Swing and a line drive out to left field, but right at the left fielder. Cooler will make the play for out number 1.
That's the first fly out that we've seen from the Ponies tonight. A lot of ground balls, a lot of free bases, and a lot of base hits.
We saw that pop up out to center, but that's really been it.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was one in the second, but a lot of ground balls is what McKedden's been working with tonight, and it's worked out for him for the most part. I know there's 4 runs on the board, but he's been able to work his way around most of the base runners he's allowed.
0-1 misses up and into Jones as they go back to the top of the order now. Jones 1 for 2 in the ball game, had the single to lead off the ball game, and then the pop out to center. Fastball misses away, 2-1. Base is clear, 1 out. Two 1 to Jones. Swung on and missed out in front of it, 2-2. Jones will crick the neck after that one. McKedden back to the rubber. And the windup and the 2-2 up and in, and it caught him. Yeesh.
I have a feeling we won't be seeing a hard 90 from Jones after that one.
Maybe not.
Implored him to.
They'll give him a nice round of applause. We'll take that. Whoever in the crowd yelled hard 90, I'd like to give you a free beverage. How about that? Because that's the kind of fan participation we like to see here at Truist Stadium. Hunter Hutchins steps in. He's driven in 2 of the 4 already for the Ponies. The ground out in the first. And now a base hit to left field on the first pitch. So it's 2 on with 1 out. Little ambush tactic there, Graham.
And we finally got some action in the bullpen for the Disco Turkeys. It is the new arrival, Cameron Keem, a pitcher from Greensboro College, a righty. And he's warming up out there now, so we'll see how much longer before he gets the call.
We don't even have a number for him yet.
He's number 22 out there. I can see him. It's the only guy that we don't have a number for. That's how I knew it was him.
Good point. First pitch on the ground to third. Step on the bag for 1. Throw to first. In time. Double play. Side retired.
What a stretch there by Beber. That's why he's in the game.
Big time 5-3 double play to retire the side. Turkeys look to wake up the bats when we come back. Back here at Truist Stadium, and before we can even catch our breath from the break, Logan Conklin takes a fastball to the hip pocket, and he's on to lead off the inning.
That's one way to get your leadoff runner on base.
And that will bring up number 5, Trey Newman, to the plate. And the bottom half of the 4th inning. Strike 1 on the outside corner to him. Conklin at first. Nobody out. That one misses away, 1-1. Newman, as we told you, out of Utah Valley and the WAC, the good old Western Athletic Conference. Utah Valley had just its 4th season at the Division I level. As that misses inside, 2-1.
And for Carolina, they're averaging around 5.5 runs per game so far through the first 5 games, batting about .247 as a team. They're going to need to wake the bats up if they want to get anywhere near that tonight, especially in a 7-inning contest.
2-1 misses down to the way, and the plot thickens here, 3-1. Hitters count 3-1. Newman will line that one into left field, right through the 5-6 hole, a base hit. And the Disco Turkeys might have something cooking here with 2 on and nobody out in the 4th.
It's a great piece of hitting from Newman, finding a hole in the defense, and it brings up Dino Tharp, and he's been one of the best batters for the Disco Turkeys so far this year. 2 runners on for him, one of them in the scoring position. This is going to be interesting.
One of the most consistent hitters for this ball club so far this season.
And Conklin can move out there at second, so don't forget about him.
Tharp hits a sky-high pop-up into shallow left, converging and making the play out in left field. That's out number 1. Almost one of those in-between plays between the shortstop and the left fielder, but left fielder did a good job of demonstratively calling off his counterpart at short to make the play for out number 1.
And that'll bring up Smith. Ground out in his first time up. That was just 1 inning ago. See if he can do something here.
Smith picks on the first pitch and fouls it back to the backstop, strike 1. 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Martinsville. No runs on the board, 2 hits and an error for the Disco Turkeys. 1-1 pitch to Smith. That's grounded weakly foul and quickly 0-2. We've got action now in the Martinsville bullpen, a left-hander warming up. And that's a balk. Or at least it should be.
Yep, they're advancing the runners.
An awkward play, the weirdest play in baseball. And we got one tonight. It's the balk. Rivers lost control of the baseball, trying to bring it into his motion. Thus, both runners advance with 1 out.
And that's big because now you got 2 in scoring position. Fly ball, the outfield's going to score 1 now.
0-2. Misses away, 1-2. Smith, as we told you, a product of Atkins High School and current Spartan of UNCG. 1-2 count. That's on the ground to third. That'll get a run home. Throw to first in time. Smith drives in the first run of Saturday night disco night for the Disco Turkeys. And they're on the board in the 4th. It's 4-1.
That's just a good piece of hitting there. Able to get solid contact on it. And a good play by the third baseman means that Newman will stay at second. Good job to look him back before making the throw over to first. But most importantly, Smith's able to get that run in. That's called doing your job out there.
And a visit on the mound now. Head coach Terry Carter of the Martinsville Ponies will make the visit. plate umpire will make his way out to break up this elongated mound visit, which is not a pitching change, as there's still action in the bullpen. We don't quite have a number for you yet. Well, there's a face from our home plate umpire. Did he just wave to us? Or was he waving to the... I don't know.
I think that the head coach for Martinsville might have been tossed, maybe? There hasn't been a substitution made. That's normally what that signal would mean from the home plate umpire.
He signaled to us and / the official scorer. As that one misses inside, ball one, made a waving. Nonetheless, Bryson Beber steps in. We'll try our best to figure out what in the heck just happened there. 1-0 count to Beber, and that misses up and in the kitchen, 2-0. Beber ahead in the count 2-0, 1 for 1 on the night with a single. The first hit of the night it was for the Disco Turkeys, and he fouls that one back 2-1. Want to try and get Davis an at-bat here, as we said. Been swinging one of the hotter, more consistent sticks in this lineup when he gets opportunities.
He's just getting on base. Reached on an error in the third. He's drawn some walks this year.
Finds ways to get on. 2-1 to Beber. Line towards short. Picked on a short hop. Throw to first in time. Oh, gracious. Saved a hit and a run, and it'll keep it 4-1. But the Turkeys scratch one across in the bottom half of the fourth. They cut into the lead. It's 4-1 as we head to the fifth in Winston-Salem. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, Nick McKedden back on the hill. Pitch 92 of the evening. Hits the outside corner for strike one. And a breaky ball misses down on the way now, 1-1. McKedden working quickly here as he nears 100 pitches in the top half of the fifth of a 7-inning game. Misses outside, 2-1. It's like the breaking ball's starting to flatten out a little bit, GT.
Yeah, and this will be getting up there in terms of pitches. Number 95 is coming up.
2-1, he hits the outside corner. Still good zip on the fastball, though, and a count even, 2-2. 2-2. On the ground, back to the mound. McKedden fields. 2-hopped. And he'll throw on to first. Besser makes the catch. And the 1-3 put out for out number 1.
I'll tell you, if Morrison had run that one out, he might have been able to beat it out the way that McKedden hesitated over there on the mound. He took his sweet time and nearly cost him.
It's almost like he didn't press the circle button quick enough.
Well, if you're a PlayStation user.
See, I'm still trying to get used to MLB The Show being on you Xbox people's consoles. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. See, it's you people that have been crashing the servers for the past month and a half.
Look at me, dude. I've been putting in work over here with the baseball team. Don't put that on me, man.
That's in there 1-1. We've both been putting in work.
No, I'm not saying that you're not.
Yeah,
Don't
worry about that. We bide our time well with Diamond Dynasty.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. I love working with this team.
On the ground is short. Caleb Smith got it off the lip of the grass, and by no fault of his own, it's into left field.
Yeah, it's just a tough play. And for Smith, there was an interview with the news. I forget what channel it was locally before the season started, and it'll officially go down as an error. I don't know how much I agree with that. I think it might be the right call, but it is what it is.
I would score it as such, but that's a tough hop.
It's hard to blame it.
Right off the lip of the grass right there.
He said he was excited to play at Truist. He's lived in Winston his whole life, has never played here. And as hard as that is to believe with as many travel teams as he's played on, as talented as he is.
Pitch is in there, strike 1.
It's an infield he's unfamiliar with one way or the other. And we do have a pinch hitter. It's Shaheem Panel, I believe.
Shaheem Panel. If our pronunciation is wrong, we'll be sure to fix it at some point. Shaheem Panel in the box out of nearby Patrick Henry Community College, nearby to Martinsville, that is. Behind of the count 0-2. Breaking ball misses high.
Up over 100 pitches now for McKedden.
So Morrison reaches on the E6. That one misses outside, count even 2-2. Pennell, who I don't think was here last night, and the rival
was not,
I would presume, today. Two-two. On the ground out in front of the plate. Tough play. Conklin throw to first. Not in time. So a swinging bunt turns into an infield hit. And it's first and second now with only one out. And the Ponies again have something cooking.
And I'll tell you what. I did not expect speed like that out of Pennell. The way that he's built. He was moving down that line. Good job by him to hustle it out.
I'd be remiss if I say I disagreed with you on that because I saw the same thing, but good job, big fella. Never want to sell the guy short, but we as broadcasters can only do so much. As could Nick McKedden tonight, as his night will end right there with one out in the fifth. He goes through 4 1/3, the final line on him. 4 1/3, 7 hits. 3 earned on 105 total pitches. And 4 strikeouts.
It'll open things up for the new kid on the block. Keene taking the mound for the first time. Some much needed pitching depth for the Disco Turkeys. And nobody has seen him before. This is a brand new addition. Even his teammates don't really know what this guy's got in store.
Fans, remind you to join us again here tomorrow afternoon. Game 3 of the weekend homestand for the Disco Turkeys, as they'll host for the first time this season the Statesville Owls. As for the first time they'll play a team not with the surname of High Point, Thomasville, or Martinsville.
Excited to get into the rest of the Textile League. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Not that we don't love playing High Point, Thomasville, and Martinsville.
Oh, no, not at all. But be fun to see a different surname script on the chest of the opponent.
Oh, for sure.
Good change of pace and a good ball club coming out of Statesville. They'll make the trip up I-77 to Winston-Salem tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock our first pitch. Our coverage here on the Disco Turkeys YouTube channel begins at 2:45. Gates here at Truist Stadium, 2:30. And Graham, that promotion we teased last night, I guess we can go ahead and tell folks about
Yeah,
it.
why not? Why not?
Florida Man Day at the ballpark.
It's going to be so much fun.
Tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
I'm not going to reveal too much because I don't want to ruin it. And if you don't know what we're going for with it, or what we're getting at with it, just look it up and then come out to the
Go to
ballpark
your old friend Google.
and see what happens. If there's anybody that knows what it's like to know a Florida man, it's the guy that just stepped off the mound. The native of Windermere. Who again, final line on him, 4 runs, 7 hits. 3 walks.
strikeouts.
3 walks, 3 strikeouts. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts.
There you go.
Oh, goodness. There's a reason Appalachian State people aren't good at math. 1-0 on the way from the new kid. Outside, 2-0.
You know, Dare has been on fire at the plate so far. Not so much tonight, but last night. Struck fear into the hearts of the Disco Turkeys, and it's still lingering a little bit. Don't blame
Keem one bit for not wanting to miss over the heart of plate to this guy. He's heading the count 3-0. Think green light here.
Oh, no way.
Indeed, no green light. Take all the way. Right down the pipe for strike 1. Three-one count to Odor. That is hit in the air down the right field line, foul, and count full now to O'Dare, 3-2. Pennell at first. Morrison at second. Morrison reached on the error to Smith. Pennell reached on the infield hit. 3-2 pitch with 1 away in the 5th. On the outside corner, got him looking.
What a way to start your stint with the Disco Turkeys.
How about that from the new kid on the block?
He's got my vote. I'm behind him 100%.
I vote for him as the best new kid on the block. He's unseated Donnie Wahlberg.
It's a valid opinion. I'll give you that take. One of the better takes you've ever given to me, Brett. I'll put it that way.
It's the first pitch to Chitwood. Lined into center field. That's a base hit. Rounding third. And coming in to score. Well, they might have had a chance if the throw wasn't cut off. It gets away. Morrison scores. Pennell to second. 5-1. Martinsville.
And coming around to score, that's an unearned run. They reached on an error.
Second unearned run of the night, surrendered by Carolina. Two away in the inning. The first pitch to Brady misses inside, ball 1.
That's the second first pitch base hit of the night. Martinsville jumping out early in the count. And something that's paid off for him.
That's popped up. Left side. Coming over, Smith calls his third baseman off. Farpen makes the play to retire the side. Good job by Caleb Smith. Good communication. And hopefully good hitting in the bottom half of the fifth as the Disco Turkeys are starting to run out of outs. They'll try to wake up the bats and get some traffic when we come back. Back here at Truist Stadium in Winston-Salem, Jeffrey Davis will look to wake up the Turkey bats and get some traffic on the base pass as a new pitcher has entered the ball game for the Martinsville Ponies. It's Cameron Wiley, the two-way lefty out of Virginia Wesleyan.
And this is how the Disco Turkeys woke up last night when they chased the starter. Let's see if the same thing happens.
Davis, a fly ball into the gap in right center. That's going to get down and one hop off the wall. Davis on the second. He'll round his way and go to third. The relay, not in time. It's a leadoff triple. And that gets the crowd awake.
Well, as the words were coming out of my mouth, the first batter faced by the new pitcher out of the bullpen, leadoff triple. That's what you got to do to wake the bats up.
And now back to the top of the order in Dion Tubbs. And maybe something cooking here for the Turkeys in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Runner at third, nobody out. 5-1 game. Tubbs takes up an end, ball one.
That's a good way to work on getting that one back that you just gave up after Martinsville responded when the Disco Turkeys got on the board.
1-0 to Tubbs. Shows bunt and wisely pulls back up and in. 2-0.
I like the squeeze idea, though. I like the squeeze idea. Jeff Davis has got some wheels over there on third base.
It's a safety squeeze, though. I don't think you want to go suicide squeeze here. Definitely not at this point. 2-0. Up and in. 3-0.
I'll tell you, of the games that I have watched in person recently, This umpire couldn't tell you his name. We're not given that at the start of the games. He's got one of the best and most clear strike zones I've seen in a very long time. Doing a great job behind the plate tonight.
Best I've seen so far in the young season. Taking all the way is Tubbs, and that's strike one. Encouragement from sequin-jacketed head coach Kurt Cabana over at third base. 3-1 to Tubbs, fouled back, took a daddy hack at that one. And that'll run the count full to 3-2. Davis at third after the leadoff triple. Tubbs, who stole his 7th base of the season earlier on in the ball game, trying to get his 6th hit of the young season.
Tubbs batting .263. 7 for 7 on stolen bases.
Big time breaking ball, froze him looking, and a big first out for Wiley.
That's a good way to bounce back. Tubbs has not had the best day at the plate so far today. 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice.
Here's Dane Stewart now, another RBI opportunity. Runner at third and 1 out now.
0 for 1 for him so far today, but did get on base last time up, get stranded on first.
The lefty-righty advantage in his favor, and that misses up and away, ball 1. Dane Stewart looking for the big hit right here to try and chip back into this lead. That just missed off the outside corner, 2-0. To Stewart, that just missed. And the plot thickens here, 3-0. Stewart is hitting .250 on the year. Looking to add to that. With a 3-0 count, you'd think he'd be taking. And indeed he is. Middle away, strike 1.
Just barely nicked the zone, nearly took a base there.
(3-1) count, Davis at third. The pitch to Stewart, swung on and missed, 3-2.
That was a big cut from Stewart. Now you got to stay disciplined. Got to protect the plate.
Cannot afford to leave that man stranded at third after an electric leadoff triple. That really woke this crowd up.
And since then, it's died down just a little bit.
3-2. Misses in the dirt, ball 4. Runners at the corners now with 1 out.
And that's big. That's really big because Cooler, while he hasn't had the best day at the plate, struck out twice so far. Just 3 pitches the last time up.
Lefty-lefty matchup. But Cooler, as we've seen so far, hits his same-handed opponent pretty well.
Oh, absolutely. And he hits pretty well in general. And he does have 1 RBI on the year.
First and third, 1 out. The first pitch to Cooler. That's in there, strike 1.
Cooler's also riding a 2-game hitting streak coming into this contest, so see if he can advance upon that.
Runners at the corners, 1 out, the 0-1 to Cooler, and instead a look over to first, and Stewart will get back.
You got to be careful doing that with Davis on third. Because somebody like him will
gets a good secondary lead, he might take off.
Take off in a heartbeat.
That pitch on the ground up the middle. Safe at second. The throw to first in time. Davis scores. Scored as an RBI fielder's. No RBI. Scored as a fielder's choice. Davis scores. It's 5-2.
It's just a ground out because the runner on second
was
right. Safe.
That's right. So, okay. Give RBI Cooler the out. RBI. Runner at second is safe. Cooler grounds out. 5-2.
And that's what the big hit from Jeff Davis does for you. Already having a runner on third is huge. And that one was about 5 miles of exit velocity, 5 miles per hour of exit velocity more. That one would have gotten through the infield, and we might have Dane Stewart standing on third or even scoring.
Logan Conklin steps in now and takes ball 1 outside. Trying to keep the inning alive. and get that runner home from second base in the form of Dane Stewart. 1-0. Just missed, 2-0.
Conklin, another guy that's riding a pretty big hitting streak in. Has gotten a hit in every ball game so far this year. Yet to reach that mark in this one.
Thus hitting a perfect 400. And he calls time.
He's our player to watch today, too.
0 for 1. Grounded out in the first inning, and in the fourth was hit by a pitch. The 1-0. Excuse me, the 2-0, and that misses outside.
It'll be 3-0.
3-0.
So it seems pretty apparent in this young season that the key to solving Martinsville is to get into their bullpen.
Exactly. And that misses up and in, ball 4, and now first and second with 2 out. Conklin draws the walk, and he'll bring up Newman.
And Newman got a big hit in a big spot last night. Late in the stages of that extra inning thriller. And while it's only the bottom of the fifth, it's pretty late in this contest as we're only playing 7 innings. With runners on first and second, a pretty similar spot for the guy right here.
Big spot here. Newman is the tying run at the plate with 2 on and 2 out. Ground ball to the left side, missing the tag at third, but making the throw to first to end the inning. Newman retired, and that will end the threat. Turkeys get 1. They cut the lead to 5-2 as we head to the 6th. Back here at Truist Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That pitch hits the outside corner for strike 1. A 1 from Crum in there, strike 2.
Ponies out there on the mound doing a pretty good job. Filling up the zone, finally capitalizing on the keys of the game that we brought you earlier in the game day gobble.
Took them long enough to listen to you.
I was going to say that, but you don't have to be so rude about it.
And that misses up and behind Jones, 1-2. There's one thing everyone should know in the entire Textile League. If Graham Tuck says something analytically, you should more than likely listen to it because he's probably right. 1-2. Misses outside. Count even, 2-2.
I'm flattered, Brett. I truly am.
2-2 from Crum. And misses outside.
Jones working his way back into this count. You cannot let him get a free base here.
3-2. That's popped in the air. Left side. Tharp after it. He'll give it a look, but it's over the netting and 6 rows deep into the seats for a foul ball. Keem steps back on the rubber. Pitching completely out of the stretch here. And the 3-2. Oh, just missed outside. I about rang him up.
That's a good spot, and it's a good call in my opinion.
Nonetheless, it's ball 4. And a leadoff walk to Jones, who reaches base for the 3rd time in 4 attempts. Bring up Hunter Hutchins. It's 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of RBIs to his credit. And misses down on the way, ball 1. Hutchins, the two-way first baseman outfielder pitching combo out of Brunswick Community College, making his way to UNCG. Hits the 1-0 into right center field. That's got a chance to get down. No! Run down nicely, and now a chance to double off the runner, but the throw not in time. Great play to run that one down in right field.
I honestly thought that one was reminiscent of the triple that was hit by Jeff Davis. A very good job.
Thought it was headed to the same spot in the gap, but
no such luck for the Ponies.
Good job right there by Dane Stewart to run that one down. Misses outside, 1-0, the first pitch to Ben Noe. Noe walked his first time up, singled his second at-bat, and grounded into a 5-3 inning-ending double play back in the 5th. That's on the outside corner for strike 1. That fouled off the mask of Conklin. And back to the backstop. Conklin shakes it off. He's okay. Catchers, folks, they're some of the toughest human beings on planet Earth.
And Conklin's up there among the toughest of the tough, if you ask me.
I completely agree. The Muncie, Indiana native. 1-2 pitch. Runner goes. That's hit in the air to center. Tubbs has a read on it. Makes the play. Jones retreats to first, and it's a loud out number 2.
And loud out is exactly the way to describe it. Nothing more than just a hard-hit ball that ends up finding a glove relatively easily.
Hit on the screws, but right at Dion Tubbs in straightaway central. Jones remains at first, 2 outs, and Morrison steps in. Morrison struck out looking his first at-bat, reached on a fielder's choice in the second, and then an error in the 5th. That is on the outside corner and absolutely painted for strike 1.
And this is some much-needed, solid bullpen pitching.
Much-needed, consistent strike throwing, to say the least.
Yeah, that too, regardless of whether you're coming out of the pen or not. Like what I'm seeing here from Keem.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Good tailing action on that one, 0-2.
Morrison has not had his best day at the plate tonight. 0 for 3. Danger of being 0 for 4 if you can't come back from this.
0 for 3, but on base twice. 0-2. Misses high, 1-2. Probably a waste pitch right there. And a hybrid pitch out just to kind of see what Jones might be up to over there at first base. One-two to Morrison. That's hit well into right. That's a base hit. That's going to get down the line. Stewart will cut it off, and now it hops over his glove. Jones will get to third, and he'll stop there, as Stewart able to recover quickly before any further damage could be done on the play. And it's runners at the corners with 2 out on Morrison's first hit of the evening.
It's just a tough break right down the line where nobody's going to be able to get to it. Obviously not what you're going to want to see, but can't really do much about it.
Perfect spot.
Now what you got to do is go after Bosinger here.
You have no choice but to go right after him at this point. You can't
Morrison
nibble.
tries to take second, you just let him take it.
Right down the chute, strike 1. Fantastic job right there to get ahead.
Scout Nichols up in the pen. For the Disco Turkeys, no surprise as he's appeared out of the pen in all 5 games so far.
And that's another hybrid pitch out as it's into the other batter's box for ball 1. Nichols, as we noted, Graham, struggled mightily up until last night.
And last night he
by
came
far
alive.
his best outing
Absolutely.
of the young season. One to Bosinger. Misses up and away, 2-1.
Tonight rather, bringing in a 16.2 ERA, Nichols does. But last night was one of his best outings. Got his first strikeout of the year.
He brought it down from 18 to 16, so still work to be done.
Does have a save on the year, the only one recorded by Disco Turkey.
Fastball right down the pipe, and he's behind it. Popped foul. Up and out of play. Count evens 2-2. The battle of 2-2s with a 2-2 count between Keem
And 2 outs.
and Bosinger with 2 outs. Deuce is wild. Two-two pitch misses up and in, and the count goes full, 3-2. Keem trying to wiggle his way out of this. Full count pitch with 2 outs and a man at first. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. He got him. It's actually foul tipped. Conklin held onto it. It's the same thing. It's a strikeout nonetheless. Turkeys have 6 outs to get 3 runs, and that clock starts when we come back. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Hey, Ostentation Nation. Visit the Foul Territory Team Store today to grab all your favorite Carolina Disco Turkeys merchandise and show your team spirit. You can visit the team store here at Truist Stadium during our next home game or visit discoturkeys.com. Dino Tharp leads things off for the Disco Turkeys as they trail by 3 with 6 outs left in a 7-inning ball game in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tharp leads things off. Smith on deck. Beber in the hole if anyone reaches Davis. That's a strike on the inside corner to even the count. That's a beautiful breaking ball that's able to catch the top part of the zone and put Wiley ahead in the count, 1-2. That just missed the outside corner on the tailing fastball.
Great spot, though. Phenomenal spot. That's exactly where you want to put that 1-2 pitch.
Count even, 2-2. That misses low and away, and the plot thickens here, 3-2.
Well, and I like this from Wiley, though, and for all the young kids watching, the reason you want to do that is because it's a way to get those pitches in a spot where they can't hit them.
There's a flare into center field. That's a base hit, and a leadoff knock for Dino Tharp to begin the bottom half of the 6th.
And you want to. That time he put a pitch where Tharp could take care of it, and if he's going to swing at something, you want it to be somewhere that he's not going to be able to hit. That pitch right there on the outside part of the plate, that's a ball, but it looks like a strike to the batter, and if they're not able to hold up, if they get contact, which they probably won't, it's not going to go anywhere. That time you put a ball over the plate, Tharp's going to do that with it.
Here's the pitch to Davis. That's strike 1 on the outside corner. Caleb Smith. Had that RBI ground out his last time up. Grounded out to short his first time. That is in there for strike 2.
It's a great breaking ball spot.
Tremendous spot.
Just barely nipped the corner of the plate.
This is why we need the K-Zone 3D. Something good about Sunday Night Baseball. 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1.
I put my Red Sox on Sunday Night Baseball a lot. I like when they do that.
We don't like A-Rod as the color guy, though. You're a much better color guy. It is 1-2. That is the count. And that misses down in the dirt. Picked well behind the plate, though, by Brady.
So it'll be 2-2 now.
Two. That's hit back up the middle. Fielded it short onto second for 1. Throw to first, not even close. So they get the lead man at second, but Smith reaches at first on the fielder's choice. And he's at first with 1 out.
Says, I'm not grounding out 3 times in a row. And Caleb's got some speed on him. See if he can do something on the base paths with Beber. Had a single his first time up and to break up the no-hit bid in the bottom of the 3rd.
It's 4 hits on the evening for the Turkeys on 2 runs with 2 errors to their line score. Misses outside, ball 1. Ponies lead at 5-2 on 5 hits, 9 runs, and just the 1 error as we fit 10 o'clock here in the 336. We were here till about 12:30 last night. I don't think any of us would be upset to be here later on tonight if another comeback is made, as that's on the outside corner for strike 1. We pitch number 35 upcoming for Wiley out of the bullpen, who's done yeoman's work for a team that's strapped with pitching depth, and now a throw over to first and a check on Smith. Wiley making his season debut tonight in just the second game of the season for the Ponies. 1-1. On the outside corner, strike two. Good spot, good pitch.
You could tell Beber wanted that one a little bit, but decided to hold up.
I don't think it's his pitch.
It's not, but he knew that it was close.
1-2. Good defensive swing right there to stay alive and fight it off.
Something to note here is that the wind has picked up as day has turned to night. You can see a little bit the American flag out there at the Foothills Draft Pub in left center. It's blowing from right to left, and it was stagnant when we started.
Wind blowing out to left. Right-handed hitter at the plate. 1-2. On the ground, that is fair for the moment, and will roll just foul.
Thought that one was going to stay fair.
It looked like it was going to teeter on the chalk and stay fair, but trickles just foul, and it's nothing more than a do-over. It's 1-2.
Still getting loose is Scout Nichols. He was sat down, and now he's back up. Got to think that he'll come in for the bottom of the sixth, or excuse me, the top of the seventh.
That's on the ground down the first base line. Is it fair? No, it's foul. Fortunate for Carolina. There would have been out number two at the least. Probably no chance to have gotten Smith at second on that, but it would have been a ground out to first.
And a 1-2 count. Bever's doing a really good job of protecting the plate here. Got to keep it that way if he wants to stay in this plate appearance.
Doing a real good job of shortening up and doing just that.
Try to keep the hope alive that Dion Tubbs in the top of the order will come around in this half inning.
1-2. Breaking ball misses outside. Count even, 2-2. Good idea, though. He's in swing mode. Try and get him to chase. Disco Turkey's trying to get the bats dancing. 2-2. That's on the ground to short. That could be two. Throw to second in time. No play at first, and it's another fielder's choice. That'll bring Davis up. Beber reaches at first with two down.
Basically, the Disco Turkeys just trading places at first base.
The past two at-bats.
And Davis, last time up, had that triple to right center field. And the error, reached on an error in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third. See that teal armband he's wearing? Homage to his alma mater, Reagan High School.
Also my alma mater. That misses high and away, ball one. As we told you, Reagan High School in the state semifinals, which will take place Monday afternoon here in Winston-Salem, Kernersville, actually. The campus of East Forsyth High School. That's popped foul back, count even 1-1. Davis had that electrifying triple his last time up. Did come around to score, but nothing more came of it. Good breaking ball outside corner, 1-2. Mine and Davis's alma mater, Reagan High School, game 1 of 2 that day, which will be available to listen on Tobacco Road Sports Radio. I will have the call. Reagan and Davie County at 4:30. East Forsyth and West Forsyth, the nightcap at 7:30 from Kernersville as that pitch misses inside. Count even 2-2.
Just shows you what the baseball in this part of the state is like. The fact that 4 high schools so close together, all in the state semifinals. It's pretty incredible.
Reagan's always been a consistent program, but as have all four of those. Davis hits it on the ground. Did it go off of him? Yes. Actually, I believe it actually hit off the top of home plate. Nonetheless, it's a foul ball, and the count remains 2-2.
It's a big spot for Davis. Want to try to get something on the board here before you go to do or die time in the bottom of the 7th.
And got 4 outs left to play with. Besser at first, 2 outs. 2-2. Breaking ball misses well up in the zone, and that'll push it to 3-2. Davis trying to bring some energy back into this ballpark. The 3-2 on the way. Misses high and away, ball 4. And now the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Dion Tubbs with 2 out in the 6th.
And this is what you didn't want if you're Martinsville, and exactly what you did want if you're Carolina. Trying to get Martinsville to go deeper into their bullpen. Already up to 46 pitches is Wiley.
Tubbs, who came into the game second on the ball club in hits, has yet to record one tonight. 2 strikeouts and reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. That misses upstairs, ball 1.
Breaking ball almost got back down into the zone. Not quite, though.
We started it in the right spot. Didn't quite have enough bite to it. 2 on, 2 out. Tubbs will sky it in the air to the left side and well out of play. Trying to get it to Dane Stewart, who sits on deck.
If you can believe it, Tubbs doesn't have an RBI yet this year. 5 hits. Not a single one of them has brought in a run. Be a great time for his first year.
That it would. GT said it best. 1-1. Misses down on the way. 2-1. Turkey's looking for a little magic here.
Trying to stay alive just like they did last night. You got to chip away.
Late inning magic last night. Looking for more of the same here on Saturday night. Two one. In the dirt.
Good
3-1.
Great take there from Tubbs. I wanted to swing at that one from up here in the batter's box. The breaking ball action.
Both of us would have wanted to, trust me.
Absolutely.
So if you played a lot longer than I have in real life. Three one. Inside, ball 4, bases loaded. And now a visit to the mound coming from Terry Carter.
Nobody up in the bullpen, so I don't think we'll see a pitching change here.
No, this is just a regular run-of-the-mill mound visit. That was pitch number 51 of the outing. And check out his sleeves. I was noticing that earlier. Now that we zoom in on him, I can tell it. I don't know if they're cut off or he's just rolled them up, or it's a bit of an odd look. I like it. Can't say I'm upset about it. He's flashing the pecs, even though the sun's gone down, but so I figured out what the umpire is doing. He is counting mound visits to the official score. The fact that it took me that long to figure it out is a bit concerning, but
well, you know what? I'm right there with you. So
bases loaded, 2 out. Dane Stewart is the go-ahead run at the plate. Tubbs is the tying run at first, and that pitch is in the dirt. Wait a minute, time was called. So wipe that away as if it never happened.
Unfortunately.
As if it did, a run probably would have scored. Besser at third. Davis at second. Tubbs at first. First pitch to Stewart, inside corner, hit, strike one. Dane Stewart looking for the biggest hit of the night with 4 outs left to play with. Wiley set, the 0-1. Misses up and in, count evens at 1. Cooler is on deck. Should Stewart be able to get on somehow? 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch. Got him swinging. 1-2.
Yeah, no chance at that one for Stewart. And you got to make something happen here. This is essentially do or die time, even though
this
it
is the
isn't
biggest
technically.
at-bat of the ball game. No question about it. Wiley looks off the runner, set the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Count evens at 2-2.
That's a great take. That's a wonderful take.
And 9 guys out of 10 would have bid on that one.
Both of us included.
Very true. Encouragement from Coach Kirk Cabana over at third base. Two-two. Bases loaded, 2 outs. That misses upstairs. A fantastic take to run the count full.
56 pitches now. 57, excuse me.
And we do have action in the Martinsville bullpen now. So right-hander is up and throwing. Crowd getting into it now. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom 6. The pitch to Stewart. Runners go, swing and a miss, he got him. Turkey Strand, the bases loaded in the 6th. We go to the top half of the 7th with the Ponies holding a 5-2 lead.
No.
Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck providing a color commentary this evening. Martinsville Ponies hold a 5-2 lead over the Carolina Disco Turkeys. So we've reached the 7th inning. That's hard hit on the ground to short. Caleb Smith fields it on 2 hops, throws on to first, and that's a quick out number 1 for Keem in the top half of the 7th.
And Keem has been doing the job so far. 2 innings and a third. Down the hatch. Or rather, I believe it's 2 2/3. I've got to get my math worked out, but he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, you went to the smart kid high school, not me.
He's doing pretty well so far. And I'd like to see more of him as the season progresses.
I would like to look. I like his
This is a breath of
stuff.
fresh air.
He's consistent. He's pounding the zone. He's got good stuff. Pitch fouled off, 1-1. I don't know if we have the ability to do sabermetrics on our own, but
I can tell you right now we don't.
his rate of strikes is fairly high. So it's something, as you said, it's a welcome sight for this pitching staff. 1-1. Hit hard on the ground to third. Sliding attempt by Tharp, and he couldn't come up with it. And it's a 1-out single for Adair.
I like that, though, because Tharp yesterday made a couple of blasé efforts to chase down some ground balls at third.
Word of the day, blasé.
Didn't look too eager to get over into that 5-6 hole and putting his uniform's cleanliness on the line here tonight. I like to see that out of the third baseman over there.
If there's no dirt on your jersey, did you really play?
I apologize. I've now put 2 and 2 together. Tharp was at first last night. McKedden was at third. So I will now correct myself and maintain my claim that I do like to see Tharp at third, putting his uniform on the line. And I'd like to
Nonetheless,
see him stay
he got dirty. That is the objective here in any game. He has succeeded. 0-1 count. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. O'Dare got a pretty heavy secondary lead that time, GT. I want to keep an eye on him over there.
And not the fastest guy on this roster. He's got some speed in him.
Anybody you don't think about has a chance to go. You can see that at any level. That's in the air to left, sinking fast. It'll drop in for a base hit. O'Dare will stop at second. And it's first and second now with 1 out on back-to-back base hits from O'Dare and Chitwood.
And you got to wonder how much longer until we see Scout Nichols. He sat down from the bullpen out there.
But you'd assume he's still loose as long as he was out there.
Loose. He's been out there for quite some time.
Justin Brady steps in.
Martinsville appears that they've figured out their lineup to a point that they like, not really doing nearly as many substitutions, only one so far, bringing in Pinnell.
Hit the ball well on both his at-bats, as that one's popped out of play behind the plate and now comes back into play and snagged by a fan behind home plate. Nicely done, sir, in the green shirt. We don't have any prizes for you. Sorry. You get a foul ball. That's what you paid to come here for, right?
Welcome to Wood Bat Baseball.
0-1. On the ground, through the hole, right side, base hit. They'll wave the runner around. He will score easily. The throw comes to third. Not in time. The lead stretches to 4. It's 6-2 Ponies with 1 out in the 7th.
And that's tough for Carolina, but a good throw there from Dane Stewart in right field. Nearly got Chitwood at third. Trying to stretch him. Want to take away as many positives as you can this early in the season. At this point, you're just trying to develop your team to a point where you feel like you can be competitive going down the stretch, and especially as we go into the Johnstown tournament in Pennsylvania in August.
AAA-BA. Throw back to first, and it goes into left field. Run will score on the error to be charged to Conklin, and it's 7-2.
Ties the largest deficit of the night. It is the largest deficit of the night. 5 runs.
And now that's lined into left center field for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home. The throw to the plate up the line. The runner safe is Brady, and it's 8-2.
And I think that should do it.
And I think Kurt Cabana has indeed seen enough from Mr. Keem, who did tremendous work, but eventually they figured him out.
So Scout Nichols should get his 6th straight appearance.
Or so we think. Kirk's not very demonstrative when he makes a pitching change.
No,
so.
he's not.
Nope, he's sticking with him.
Well, this is now the second time in this game that the 7-8-9 has produced 3 straight runs. O'Dur, Chitwood, and Brady, all 3 scoring in the same inning.
O'Dur, Chitwood, and Brady reached on 3 consecutive singles. Jones then singled to bring home Brady.
And in the second inning, it was a walk by O'Dur, a hit by a pitch for Chitwood, and then a double from Brady, followed by a single from Hutchins that brought in those 3.
Swing and a miss, strike 1, as Hutchins was swinging for the downs on that one. And I don't blame him. Up 8-2, why not?
Time is called as we've got a loose ball from the bullpen. I believe it's Christian Ezel warming up now.
I don't believe we've seen him on the mound yet this year.
No, we have not.
Oh, 0-1 to Hutchins, who's also driven in 2 this evening. Misses outside, 1-1. A 3-run deficit has now been doubled to 6 in favor of the Ponies. Turkeys will definitely have to do some work to try and come back at the bottom half of the 7th. 1-1 on the ground, up the middle, fielded by Smith. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first. In time, double play, inning over.
What a way to end that one.
What a turn and a timely double play to get out of the inning. Turkeys have 3 outs to get 6 runs. The odds are stacked against them as they were last night. Can they do it again? We'll find out next. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck.
Disco Turkeys being out hit so far, 13-4. That's not how you're going to win a ball game.
Out hit 13-4, down on the scoreboard by 6 as they were last night in the 7th inning, but this is a 7-inning game. Unless something changes. That's hit foul. Quickly 0-2. And a great catch by a young fan behind the third base dugout. See, that's what we like about ballparks having fans back. No matter where the ballpark is, there's people in it, and therefore an opportunity to take home a souvenir that you'll remember for a long time to come, young man. That misses down on the way, 1-2 to Cooler, who struck out twice and grounded out to short. One, two. Lined up the middle. That's a base hit. Cooler gets it started with the 5th hit of the night for the Disco Turkeys as they try to get a 7th inning rally, but essentially a 9th inning rally going. Effectively, it is. If you ask Madison Bumgardner, it counts.
When you got the right guys up, even though they haven't been the best so far today, it's just been a tough outing all around for the Disco Turkeys at the plate.
Conklin at the plate. That is on the inside corner for strike 1. Forgot to mention in that first at-bat, new pitcher in the ball game for Martinsville. It's the shortstop from last night, the two-way player Joe Swainkamp. 0-1. Hit hard on the ground, foul off the railing of the third base dugout. Quickly 0-2.
Conklin is in danger of losing that 5-game hit streak that he's carrying into this one. Has gotten a hit in every game so far, except for this one.
That misses inside, 1-2. Did miss by much, though. Conklin has reached base twice. Once by a hit by pitch, the other via the walk, and grounded out. 1-2. That skied into right, sinking fast, coming on to make the play as the right fielder. That's Pinnell for out number 1.
Oh, hold on. Dude, no way.
Focus.
Go radio only.
What?
We welcome you back to Truist Stadium after that slight technical difficulty there. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Disco Turkeys trailing this one 8-2. With a runner at first and 1 out. Joe Swainkamp on the mound trying to close things out. Trey Newman trying to extend the ball game. And he takes inside 1-2 the count. 1-2. Misses outside in the dirt. Count evens at 2-2. Twelve pitches in this ninth inning for Swainkamp. I said it again, didn't I?
It's effectively the ninth inning.
Newman hits it in the air to right, but he got under it. Pinnell coming on will make the catch for out number 2. And the Turkeys down to their final out this evening. Maybe the B-52s will get Dino Tharp going here.
He got a single his last time up, so could maybe do something with it. Has officially taken over the lead, sole possession of most hits on the season. Something about Tharp, every time he's gotten a hit in a game, he's had 2. He's only got 1 tonight.
There's only one way to change that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or continue it, I should say. He's heading the count 1-0 as the fastball missed inside from Swainkamp, who takes a look at Cooler on first. Good breaking ball, strike 1. That was pretty.
And Swainkamp, I didn't know he had this in him when he was in the field yesterday.
He didn't have a chance to show us.
Oh, absolutely. He's a good bullpen piece for the Ponies for sure.
Good size, good velocity, and showed the breaking stuff right there. Time is called now. One. That's on the ground up the middle. Diving play made at second, but it gets through for a base hit for Dino Tharp, and there's hit number 2.
4 multi-hit games for Tharp this season. Good for 8 hits on the year. No other hits.
And your buddy Caleb Smith, the hero last night.
Ice in his veins.
Trying to extend the ball game once further. First pitch to Smith. Inside ball 1.
That was a pretty spot, though.
Turkeys need a big hit from him to keep this one going. 1-0 outside, 2-0. Smith adjusts the batting gloves, digs back into the right-handed batter's box. Swainkamp from the stretch, the 2-0. In the dirt, 3-0.
And this would load the bases for Beber. He's had a pretty good day at the plate.
That he has, the first baseman hitting out of the 8-hole.
3 times.
Sometimes that's all you can, 9 times out of 10 is all you can ask for from a guy.
Oh, absolutely.
3-0. Right down the pipe, 3-1. Taking all the way, no doubt about it. Outside, ball 4.
Keeping things alive here for Carolina.
Smith draws the walk, loads the bases. And D. Hawthorne is going to step in and have his first at-bat of the season.
Oh, this will be fun. He's been Mr. Clutch so far this season. Let's see if he can do it at the plate as opposed to on the mound.
I was going to say Mr. Clutch on the mound. He's been asked to come in and get 1 out in both his appearances, but now asked to come on and try and do something from the plate here and prevent being the final out of the ball game. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 8-2 game. On the outside corner, strike 1. On the outside corner, strike 2. And the Turkeys now down to their final strike of the evening. Oh, 2. Foul back. Hanging breaking ball that time and did a good job just to get a piece of it.
Davis is on deck. Should it get to him? Reached on an air, triple, and a walk. Pretty good at getting on base so far this game.
Still 0-2 to D. Hawthorne. The pitch. Low, 1-2. One, 2 to D. Hawthorne. Got him looking. That's the ball game. The strikeout looking by Swainkamp of Hawthorne. The Turkeys again for the second time tonight leave the bases loaded and add that to the host of runners they left stranded tonight in an 8-2 loss to Martinsville.
They left 10 last night to Martinsville's 18. Ended up biting Martinsville, and tonight it bites Carolina.
Well, that will lead us into our post-game show, the rundown in the Roost. Graham, what went wrong tonight?
Well, there are a lot of things that went wrong for Carolina tonight. You just couldn't get the bat on the ball, only 6 hits, and they also did not follow the keys of the game. I don't know why they didn't hear me. I don't know why they don't.
I don't know why no one listens to you anymore.
You know, they weren't.
It's not just the disco turkeys tonight that don't listen to you. There's a lot of people that don't listen to your baseball advice.
It's Nick McKedden, who was, he had a pretty solid outing. 4 runs allowed through 4 1/3 is not horrible at this level of play, but you got to do better, and you got to throw more strikes.
Exactly. Walk too many guys.
Pitches to only get you through 4 1/3, it's just not going to be enough for you. And
not even close to efficient.
The Disco Turkeys weren't able to get runners on base to take advantage of their speed on the base paths, and they also were not cleaning the field. 3 errors, and all in all, that's what came back to bite them in the end.
Graham Tuck's 3 keys to the game, which the Disco Turkeys did not execute on, have a lot to say on the scoreboard and in the scorebook. Final line score this evening, Martinsville 8 runs, 13 hits, the 1 error. Carolina 2 runs on just the 6 hits, as Graham mentioned, and he also mentioned the 3 errors, which led to a couple of those runs. Couple guys to note of for Martinsville that drove in 4 of their 6 runs combined. Brady out of the 9 hole actually drove in 3, had the RBI single in the 7th, and a 2-run double in the 2nd. Hunter Hutchins had that RBI ground out in the 1st, and then the RBI single in the 2nd. A couple of big-time bats there, and then Chitwood had the big single in the 5th inning that broke it open.
And if you're a Disco Turkey fan like I am, you're happy to see that you don't have Martinsville on the schedule again tomorrow. A bunch of fresh faces coming in. And if you're Carolina, you're looking forward to the matchup against Statesville tomorrow afternoon. Should be a good one.
Should be a very good one. It's a very good Statesville Owls ball club that, as we told you the other night in Boone, surrendered a walk-off loss, but a game that I don't think they could be too upset with, to the Boone Bigfoots. Statesville travels up I-77 tomorrow afternoon. First pitch is at 3 o'clock. Our coverage here on the Carolina Disco Turkeys YouTube channel begins at 2:45. And if you can make it out to the ballpark gates here at Truist Stadium for Florida Man Sunday at 2:30 from downtown Winston-Salem. For Graham Tuck, Callahan Eshelman on the graphics side of things, and everyone involved here with the media team with the Carolina Disco Turkeys, we said you good night from downtown Winston-Salem. We'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon for Turkeys and Owls on the Carolina Disco Turkeys YouTube channel.